let's give this a shot. Either it works or it doesn't. I don't know.
You understand nothing, traveler. The end comes. Oblivion. Flesh is temporary. The end comes. Flesh is temporary. Oblivion. The end comes. Flesh is suffer.
Shiny, okay.
The end comes. Suffer. Flesh is temporary. This means
Okay. Okay.
will come
Not too bad.
the same.
Engaged with the mechanic profitably. Yeah. Not a bad one overall. I guess I could do a quick overview of the current state of the build. So, what's the best place to start? Probably new items. Yeah. So, I made a slightly improved chest since the last one. It's still the same base. Just gives me more HP, and strength is 5% damage, so getting a high strength roll is pretty good. And then I sealed Vit instead of crit multi. They're like, I don't know. I just did it that way because that's how it rolled, I think. But it would probably be better to seal a damage mod there, but it doesn't matter. This helm is maybe the same or maybe not. I don't know. The +2 Werebear is nice. It gives you more damage. Sealed crit multi, and then double res. I'm looking to swap the cold res eventually. I have a lot of cold, so I'll swap that. These boots are new. I decided I needed move speed to dodge boss mechanics like I just did. So yeah, I was using these boots before. These are like nominally, I don't know, they're similar. These are more damage. I'm still using this ring from before. It's, I think, the next thing I'm trying to upgrade. I think the fire damage, percent fire damage from the ruby rings is going to be better than the crit from these, but maybe not. I'd have to like build one and see. I have many attempts. This belt is, I think, the same. I would love a better belt, but it is what it is. Primalist. So this relic is a recent upgrade to the +2 swipe. Is just nice. It's not required. I think you could get away with +1 or even 0 if you needed to. It's not an amazing base, but it has nice fire damage and it helped fix my res problems. These gloves are pretty good. Strength, crit, health, all res. These gloves would be better, but I need the resistance. So that's what I'm doing for now. Oh, I do also. So I dropped a legendary Tears of the Forest. I haven't upgraded it yet. But I'll upgrade it with this amulet, hopefully. And we'll get ideally the alley damage the health would be fine. The lightning res or the lightning damage would be okay. But ideally the elemental damage would be huge. The health wouldn't hurt. This is still the same. I haven't dropped a legendary yet. Plus, I think I'd have to do the T4 dungeon because this is 76 requirement. So probably need better gear for that. Idols, crit lightning damage, crit fire, solving some res problems, or res, crit lightning res, armor fire, melee damage bleed, melee damage health, melee transformed fizz res, poison res. These are greedy. You could be less greedy with idols and have a slightly better situation going on here. But you know, it is what it is. Stock skills, starting with Werebear. Pretty much all the same. I'm thinking I'm gonna drop this point in a couple levels. But the +2 just gives you more rip and tear points and or AoE points. So it's nice. I kind of want to try Unending Storm, but I don't know what I would drop. Like 1 point here, 2 points here, and a point here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. To have no cooldown, it might be worth it. But I don't know, it might be worth it. Be worth trying. Earthquake is the same. Yeah, no changes. Fury Leap. This is the damage setup without these nodes, which I think is reflected in the guide, but these nodes are bad. Or are bugged, so yeah, maybe could lose the AoE for the 100% crit. It's like maybe worth it depending on what you're doing. No changes here. The swipe tree, so these are the +2, the lightning pen and the wrath. I dropped these 2 points. It's probably correct. You have a lot of leech from other sources. Yeah, I think I like this setup so far. Swipe does feel a little underwhelming. I'm not scaling it super hard. I don't have that much attack speed because I'm using a two-handed mace. So that's the biggest problem with Swipe, but it does still work, and we are getting, I don't check very much in the boss, but we are getting aspect stacks certainly in monos and stuff, so works pretty well. Passive tree, this is mostly the same. I swapped this point because it's 4% damage for this point, which is also 4% damage, but gives you res. I'm tempted to swap the strength points too. I'm tempted to do that. But I don't think, the strength is 5% damage and the regen is nice, but if you're having res problems, you definitely could. I have this as a value point here. I'm not sure if it's actually a value point or not, but I don't know. It feels like it might be worth it to like go to low HP, and then we have even more damage for the leech, assuming we survive. Shaman tree. Oh, this is the other change. I spec'd out of these points. I took the points here instead, and then I wanted to test what my percentage HP was, so I put 1 point here, and I got 19 HP back. Theoretically, we'll chill some percentage of the time, and that will be better. This is probably should just be this point, but I don't know. I didn't want to deal with respecting it because I want to make sure I still have the earthquake specialization, so it's a whole thing. Beastmaster unchanged. I don't know if I had the 2 points in ambush or the 2 points on savagery, but 2 points on savagery better. I was snooping on other transform builds, and people are shaving points here. Maybe I could maybe see it. I don't know what my aspect of the board duration is currently at 20%. So at 20% with the one hit, we have 4 ticks, so we're 80% to proc it on a single maul cast. If the math makes sense based on the duration, like if it's more than a 5-second, so that means if it's a 5-second duration, we are like essentially guaranteed, like not statistically it's not guaranteed, but functionally we're guaranteed to proc it if it's a 5-second duration or higher. If it's much higher, if it's like 8, I would take, yeah, if it was 7.5 seconds, so you could have 4 casts total, it might be worth shaving points here, but I don't know, the strength is good too. Druid, this is all the same. I wish my next point when I level is going to impervious. Yeah. Certainly impervious. I also do want the rage crit points and the head skip points, so it's this like tail end of the druid tree is very valuable, and that's why people are shaving on these points to try and get these. It would be nice. I would love to have like 3 or 4, even 5 impervious and some hide skin, and the crit points. I wish. Having to take 15 shaman points to get earthquake is rough. A lot of people. I know the tornado build that's in swarm form only has to take 5. So much nicer. Yeah. Well, I think that's that with a little brief update on what I have going on.